Now, running the marathon. Running the marathon was a journey. Running the marathon was a moment I cannot forget in my life. Even though I have a very short memory span, I forget a lot of things. I forget a lot of things. Even I forget what I have eaten the day before. I don't know what I ate. I forgot. But this marathon, I'll try to remember it. So here's how it went. I slept 3 hours the night before. 3 hours. I was at my brother's house, and I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. I was thinking about life, about some things that were happening currently. I was worried about the marathon, how it will go. Will I be able to finish it? Because that was the most important stuff, to finish the marathon. I didn't sleep for 3 hours. I was just playing game. I was playing PS, Need for Speed, Call of Duty, all that kind of stuff. I was awake until 3 a.m. I slept at 3:30. I woke up at 5 a.m. By 6 I was out. At 7 I was at the starting line. At 7:08 I was at the starting line waiting for the marathon to start. And when I reached the starting line, everyone was warming up. People were dancing because there were people leading the warm up. People were dancing, they were waving their hands, they were moving side to side. There were a lot of people. So I just went to the front, like behind 100, 200 people, behind 200 people, and I stood at the corner, just looking, just contemplating, just planning how I will run that marathon, how I will run it, what I will do with it. Like, I was just thinking, I was just standing there still. I was not moving, I was not dancing, I was not doing any warm up, I was just standing there still. And I was just thinking, man, this is it. And I'm seeing everyone with this energy of, this is the marathon, we're going to do it, we're going to finish it, this is my time, this is this. And I had nothing like that. I was alone. I was just standing there still, waiting for that clock to hit 9 a.m. and we start. And it finally did. When it started, we were at City Hall. We were in town. There were a lot of corners. We were meandering. We were taking left turn, right turn, straight left turn, right turn. It was full of that. So as I saw that route, in a split second, I decided, over here, I overtake as many people as I can, and I reach as far as I can, as front as I can. I go there, because when we reach the expressway, it will be a long stretch. When I reach the expressway, it will be a long stretch, and it will be mentally draining. If I start sprinting over there, I'll be done. I won't be able to make it because it was never ending. So that's what I decided. In town, when it started, I was just overtaking people, one after the other, overtaking. I was just overtaking people. And during overtaking, something happened, and I learned something from it. Like, when I was overtaking, I overtaked a man. Like, he was here, I was here, and I overtaked him, and I came in front of him, and he pushed me in front. I almost fell and bumped into the man in front, and I looked at him behind. He was like, "What?" I said, sorry, bro. And I just continued. And from there, I thought, why did he push me? What was the reason? I thought maybe he was angry, maybe he was focused, maybe he was, just irritated. And then I thought, and I said, maybe he pushed me because I overtaked him in such a way that I would have made him fall. So what did I do? So what did I learn? What I learned is, when you overtake, after you overtake someone, increase the speed. You pass them. Let them have space to understand that they have been overtaken. After that, I kept overtaking people, but with distance, not exactly close overtaking that would make them fall, make them trip. So I learned from that mistake, and I continued the journey. We ran. I kept on running and running. People were around. The energy was just different. It was different. Like, when you say you will not run fast in the beginning, that's a lie. You will always run fast. You will get that adrenaline rush to run fast. So I was moving. I kept on going. And when town ended and when we started climbing the expressway, That's when I said, this is the moment of torture. This is the moment of complete pain. When I reached that expressway to the top and I started running on the expressway, it was just a never ending straight road. Like I could not see the end, I could not see where the runners were going down. I could just see runners straight, blue t shirts, full of blue t shirts. This ones. They were just going straight, 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 straight. I could not see the end. And I was like, wow. I did not know which kilometer I was in because my phone overheated. It overheated, like seriously overheated, and it turned off. I could not record anything. The screen was not responding. It overheated and it turned off. I could not even record on Strava how many kilometers I was in. And it was cold. There was no sun. It was cold. It was a chilly, cold morning, and the phone overheated. I don't know why. Maybe it was time for me to focus on my head and just keep on running without any stimulant, without any direction of where I'm going. So I just kept on running. I ran slowly, steadily. I think the pace was 7 to 8 minutes per kilometer, maybe. I'm not sure. But that's what it felt like. I was just going slow and steady. People overtaking me, passing me. People I had passed in the beginning, they were passing me. I said, I don't care because that's what I planned for. I overtake people in town. When we reach the expressway, I take it slow. And at the end, the last remaining kilometer, I sprint to the end. That's what I planned for. And I kept on going slowly, steadily, pushing, pushing, pushing. And when the water stations came to collect water and to drink, I took a bottle of water. I drank a sip, another sip, another sip, another sip until I finished the whole bottle. When it was finished, I closed the cap, threw it at the side, kept on running. That was a big mistake, I'm telling you. It was at kilometer 5 or 6 over there. I drank that whole bottle of water. By kilometer 8, I had a stitch that did not go away. As much as I breathe in and out deep breaths, stopping and trying to find the stitch, punching it a bit, nothing was helping. Nothing was helping the stitch to go away. And I was like, wow, this is a mistake you've done. Deal with it. Keep going. I kept on going. Kilometer 7, 8, 9, 10. When the next water station arrived, I took the bottle of water. This time I took a sip while standing, like, not walking, not running, just standing. I took a sip, another sip. At that time, the sun was out, it was hot, so I just poured all over it on my head. It all poured, it went down my torso, my chest. Man, it felt refreshing. It was like I had just taken a 8 hour sleep and I'm back to running. It was refreshing, and I got that energy. I kept on pushing slowly, steadily. 16 kilometers, 11, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. At 16, maybe 17 kilometers, I don't know, I'm not sure. At the water station, there was a guy giving out bananas. I saw that banana, I was like, man, this guy is doing a wonderful job. He's giving out bananas. My friend, I took a banana. I ate it on the spot while running, and I was like, man, I ate the banana and it gave me so much energy. That taste, that texture of that banana, eating the banana, man, it was, I got a burst of energy from that banana. Because when I woke up at 5 a.m., I did not eat anything. I wanted to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. In fact, it was ready. I had made it ready. I wanted to eat it. I took a bite. I took a second bite. I could not swallow it. I just couldn't swallow it. I just had that nervousness, that anxiety, that nothing, no food, nothing was going into my system. So I just left it alone. I didn't finish it. I just left it, covered it up, and left. And that banana helped me a lot. After the banana, I was reaching the end. I was reaching the end. The end was near. I could see the end right there. Not exactly the end. Like, I just knew I'm close because the people of 10-kilometer marathon had joined us in the expressway. And that's why I said, man, it's getting close. If this guy's at 10 kilometers, then we're getting close. I might be at kilometer 18 or 19 over there. So I kept on going, kept on going, kept on pushing, kept on pushing. The last water station, I took a bottle of water. This time I didn't drink. I just poured all of it over my head. All of it. Let the water flow to the legs everywhere. I just poured all of it. I just poured all of it. I just poured all of it. I kept on running. Now the last stretch, climbing the expressway. As we climbed the expressway, then I saw a board, kilometer 20, half marathon. I saw that. I said, one more kilometer remaining. I was like, it's time to sprint. It's time to give it a final push. And I started passing people. I started sprinting like a mad human being. It was like I was doing the 10 kilometers because that burst of energy I got from that sign that said 20 kilometers mark. I kept on running. I took a push, a final push, and I started overtaking people. Just overtaking. Boom, boom, boom. I felt like Dominic Toretto, huh? Racing Brian O'Connor. Fast and Furious. I think you guys know that. That's what I started doing. I started overtaking people. Everyone was like, oh, oh, I was just here, but I did not pay attention to it. I passed. I passed everyone. Each and every one. I passed them. And then I reached Oru Park, the finish line. I saw it. I was like, man, I did it. It was that simple, just running and doing nothing else. I did it. I'm here at the finish line. The people, the volunteers were making the finishes wear the medal. They were they were giving it to them on the neck, like they were making it. They were putting it on them. And when I reached the finish line, the guy saw me. Only Muindi who did the 21 kilometers. Maybe I'm the only Muindi. I never saw any other Muindi. I'm a Muindi. Yeah. I was not wearing a mask. I had a beard, no mustache, wearing a black jacket, black tracks, black shoes. And I reached that guy. He looked at me in the eye and he was like, congratulations. He gave me that firm handshake and he half hugged me. And he gave me that medal in my hand. I held it, looked at it for a while, and I continued walking. As I walked, as I walked, people were giving out sodas, bottle of water, and a glucose biscuit. I took those three, looked for a spot to sit down. Uhuru Park was packed. Everyone was sitting everywhere. So I just found a spot. I sat down alone and I looked at the achievement. I looked at the medal. And I looked at myself. I was wet in sweat. I was stinking. I had a very foul smell. And I just looked at that medal. And I said, man, I did it. All that, everything that I trained for, I just did it. I just completed something that I made a promise to myself. No one pushed me to do this. No one told me to do this. I just did it myself alone. And it was a very emotional moment. And at that moment, I took out my phone. I started cleaning it up. It was wet with sweat and water. I cleaned it up. I cleaned the screen. I turned it on. And it turned on. It started working properly. And I wrote what I was feeling. I wrote it in the notes app. Let me quote what I wrote. Like, I walked with the medal in my hand. I sat down. I stared at it. I looked around and saw that no one knew me. No one knew me. I was not wearing the mask. I was not a Shujaa. I was just an ordinary person. No one knew me. I was alone. Most of the people had someone to celebrate with, and I found peace in that. I told myself with tears rolling, but no crying. I was not crying. Just tears rolling. You did it. What you said you would. A promise you made to yourself and to Allah only. Because I ran to prove to myself that I am what I say I am and think I am. And Allah witnessed the journey from start, and it's not yet finished. There is still a lot of stuff to do. There are still plans that I have to commit to make things happen. And I finished it, and I finished the marathon at, like, when I finished it, I saw the time 2 hours and 5 minutes. So I was like, 2 hours 5 minutes. I finished in 2 hours 5 minutes. I told everyone that, I told everyone that, but in reality, I finished it in 2 hours and 8 minutes. I saw the results just today. 2 hours and 8 minutes. And this was the bib 4339. The medal. It's quite good. I like the medal. This is one of many medals to come. And that was the Nairobi City Half Marathon. Let me tell you something about the marathon.